What's up YouTube, my name is Luke and welcome back to my channel Celio's Network. If you're a trading card game player like myself, you have missed the fun and excitement of going to events to compete and see your friends. Since the global pandemic began earlier this year, many trading card games have had official and non-official online tournaments to emulate the real-life thing for players around the world. These online events are great, but lack some of the enjoyment that going to an actual event brings. On October 3rd and 4th, the Pokemon Company Japan held their first major trading card game event since the global pandemic began. Today we're going to take a look at how this event was run and discuss if this is a look into the near future of trading card game events when more parts of the world are safe enough to resume holding tournaments. The Pokemon Trading Card Game Champions League 2021 Yokohama had predetermined capacities for all three age divisions, 1,640 spots for Masters, 600 for Seniors, and 400 for Juniors. There was pre-registration for this tournament with a lottery method to choose what players got in if more than the capacity signed up to play. Of course, they had a list of regulations that would prohibit players from participating in the event, such as having a fever, having COVID symptoms, or being in contact with someone who was positive for COVID symptoms. In this footage from the Yokohama live stream, you can clearly see that players are spaced out at only 4 to a table with what looks to be plexiglass dividers between each player, as well as all players wearing face masks. In addition to the players wearing face masks, of course, all judges and staff were wearing protective face masks, and the very limited amount of spectators that were allowed are also practicing social distancing and wearing face masks. A gameplay etiquette regulation noted in the guidelines was to not touch the opponent's cards, whether that be their deck, their hand, or their discard pile. In the case of a judge intervention, the judges were allowed to touch the cards to check the cards or the sleeves. As a trading card game player, you're aware of the practice of shuffling and or cutting your opponent's decks to avoid cheating, but since there was no contact allowed between players at this tournament, the opponent was allowed to request additional shuffling, such as, can you shuffle until I say stop? Can you divide the deck into 3 parts and then I choose which ones you stack on top? Or can you cut the top X amount of cards to the bottom of your deck? If you would like to see your opponent's discard pile, it was noted that you can ask your opponent to see the discard pile and they would be obligated to show you. From both watching the event live streamed on YouTube and reading the rules, regulations, and precautions taken on the website for this tournament, I feel like this might be a pretty good look at what tournaments will look like when we are coming out of this pandemic world and going back to somewhat a normal lifestyle again. I personally don't think that my region of the world is close to getting tournaments back, especially ones that look like the Champions League Yokohama did, but I am excited for tournaments to eventually come back, and I hope that they can come back as safely and as soon as possible. Since the topic of this video was related to the pandemic that's been affecting many people worldwide, I've left a link to powerof.org/donate in the description down below, so that if you have been less affected than others and you have something to donate, this website connects you with trusted foundations that focus funds to directly support communities and people affected by COVID-19. Let me know in the comments section down below your opinions on the Champions League 2021 Yokohama, and if you think it is an accurate depiction of what tournaments worldwide may look like in the near future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.